On a warm summer night, I was sitting in my den watching TV and heard a loud boom in the front room of my home. I ran to my kitchen window to discover that the door had been totally kicked in and down. Once I saw that the door was knocked down, I instantly locked eyes with a man who was staring at me. And before I could turn around in my kitchen to get to the end of the countertop, two other men had viciously broken down the door into my kitchen area. And within seconds, the big one, had me pulled up by the hair of my head, had me up off the floor, and had a 9mm gun stuck to my head, screaming, "Where is the safe, bitch?" And I kept telling him I did not have a safe. There had never been a safe in my house. And he kept saying, "You better give it up, bitch." And I said, "I can't give you what I don't have." So with that, all three of them began to go through my home, pulling up in all the drawers and all the cabinets, and got all of my husband's jewelry and got his camera, would pile things by the door, got in my son's room when he was a little boy and went through all the drawers and cabinets in there, and were proceeding to wrap up my husband's flat screen computer. And they opened up a case and said that I had lied to them, that I had a safe, when I told them that that was not a safe and I would be glad to open it and show them that it was nothing but insurance papers. And with that, they drugged me into the master bedroom and started screaming, "Where's your husband, bitch? Where's your husband?" And I told them that my husband was in a late night meeting and would be home at any minute. And with that, they pulled up in all the cabinets and all the drawers and were looking for anything of value. And they opened the bottom drawer on my dresser and pulled out my precious case of beautiful jewelry that I have accumulated in my lifetime, of precious birthdays, anniversaries, Mother's Days, presents from the people who love me. And the most important thing was they took my wedding rings, and they took my necklace and my bracelet and my diamond earrings that my husband gave me on our wedding day. When they pulled that case of jewelry out of that bottom cabinet, I thought I was going to die. But I couldn't say anything because I had a 9mm gun stuck to my head, and the other two also had guns. And with that, they drove me back through the house and out into our garage, and the other two had already slipped out to the garage and opened up the doors, and they were trying to steal my cars. And they threw me in the car to take me to the bank at almost midnight that night, because they had decided that I didn't have enough money on them after they had dumped my purse, stolen all of my credit cards, and took what money I did have out of my purse. They decided they needed $3,000 more. So with that, they kept throwing me in the car, and I kept jumping out, and they would throw me back in, and I have over $6,000 in medical bills thanks to these thugs. And apparently they thought that my husband might be coming down the road, because suddenly, as we were all out in the garage and they couldn't figure out how to crank the Jaguar, they looked down the road and saw the lights of a car coming in the curve, and two of them started running down the driveway. And then the other one, who had the big hoodie pulled over his head, realized that there was a car coming, and he ran off. And with that, I ran back through my home with the doors busted down, and through the backyard and over to my neighbor's house as fast as I could run, and beat on their door, and they let me in. And I told them that my home had been broken into, and they called the Clinton police. And it was within a week that they were all apprehended. And I am so thankful to the justice system of Hinds County and the wonderful judges that are on the bench in Hinds County, who have so severely punished them for their crimes. Judge Melvin Priester heard the case for two of the criminals who broke into my home, and I've never been so impressed with how hard it is for him to have to make these life-changing decisions for these young people who are out there committing all these crimes. But someone who's got to be on the bench who is able to make these terribly hard decisions and punish these criminals for the things that they are out there doing. And I think that Judge Melvin Priester is one who feels like that if these kids are big enough to do the crime, then he's going to be strong enough to send some to do the time.
I'm Judge Melvin Priester, and I approve this message.